Wow, well, I've always been a big fan of big budget action movies, and the JBL Bar 1300 has taken it to another level. The action and excitement coming from the speaker is extraordinary. You can hear it coming over your head, beside you. The ground is actually rumbling. For this review, I'm looking specifically at the JBL Bar 1300 MK2 for Australia. And this has changed the way I feel about music. So enjoy this, but in this review, we're gonna go through all about how this actually works and show you guys why this is such a brilliant surround sound speaker. Anyway, enjoy the action. That's exactly what the JBL Bar 1000 did for me. Before I reviewed that soundbar, I honestly didn't realize home sound could feel that big, that cinematic, and that immersive without turning a lounge room into some full-blown wide cinema setup. I still remember sitting there watching Top Gun Maverick and just getting goosebumps. And now JBL has somehow done it again. This is a JBL Bar 1300 MK2 here in Australia. If you're watching from the US, JBL offers a different regional version. So just keep in mind, they're not exactly the same product. It doesn't just improve on the Bar 1000, it takes everything that made the system exciting and pushes it up another level. And as you can see, guys, I've got it here with me today, and I really can't wait to show you guys exactly how this works. This is JBL's flagship 11.1.4 channel Dolby Atmos surround soundbar for Australia with detachable wireless surround speakers, DTS-X, MultiBeam 3.0, pure voice dialogue enhancement, and a powerful wireless subwoofer. MultiBeam creates a wider, more immersive soundstage across the front of the room, so sound feels more spread out and room filling. Pure voice is also important because it helps keep dialogue clear even during busy scenes. In this review, I'm going to do what I always do with a sound system like this. I'm going to put it through its movies, music setup, the JBL One app, calibration, and real-world use in my own home. And then tell you whether this is the next big step up from the JBL Bar 1000. And I'll be honest with you, I knew this thing was absolutely serious almost immediately. But you know what? The first thing I want to do is actually go and test it out and show you guys how the JBL Bar 1300 MK2 actually works in practice. Let's do it. Now here in the JBL Bar 1300 just then, with Dune playing in the background, is absolutely extraordinary. The explosion coming over me, all around me, over my head, the jets are flying over, the sound's coming at you, the room is shaking. It really is an amazing system to have for surround sound, and it really transforms the way you listen to music. Anyway, enjoy it a bit more. From listening to it in the room, it immediately felt bigger, more cinematic, and more immersive. It filled the space more easily, with stronger bass and a more effortless sound. Now let's go and look at some music. Oh, sorry guys, there you go. Again, I got the same feeling again. As you could see, bigger bass, more scale, more authority. It just sounded huge, and it came from all around you. And that's the first thing I really wanted to say in this JBL Bar 1300 MK2 soundbar review. If the Bar 1000 was the one that made me fall in love with home cinema, this feels like JBL has taken the exact idea and just opened it right up. Now obviously we're going to do a full comparison between the JBL Bar 1300 and the JBL Bar 1000 in a later video, because I know a lot of you want to see that side by side. But even before that, my first impression was very clear. This has taken the Bar 1000 up another level. All right guys, let's actually look at what you get in the box first and how you set it up. You've got the main soundbar unit, the detachable wireless surround sound speakers on either end, and the wireless subwoofer. So before it's even powered on, it already feels like it's more than just a soundbar. It feels like a proper wireless surround sound system. The main bar itself, it feels substantial. It's sleek, it's wide, it's got a low profile, and it's premium looking. So it has a real flagship presence without looking ugly under the TV. Then you've got the detachable surround sound speakers, which are still one of JBL's smartest ideas. Leave them attached when you want everything neat and simple, and then when it's movie night, you can pull them off and place them behind you for full Dolby Atmos surround sound. And that is still such a cool feature because it gives you a genuine rear speaker immersion without turning your whole living room into a wiring nightmare. As you can see, you can just have them hold in there just like this. They're so easy. One thing for me has been the easy use of these rear speakers. You see, each of these speakers is standalone on their own. As you can see in the background, you can turn it off and on, you can connect to Bluetooth, you can connect to surround sound system, you can use Auracast as well. So operate independently of themselves. You can also join them to the main speaker as well by undoing that as well. So they work very, very well. You can also do it through the JBL app as well. Now using the JBL app, you can increase the sound of the speakers. You can also talk about how you use them as well. Now I've moved these from the surround sound position normally just to show them to you. But independently, these work absolutely great. So you can have them around your house. And we can also use multi-play as well, multi-room, which is great. And you can also Wi-Fi stream directly to the speakers too. So very, very handy thing to do. Then there's a wireless subwoofer. And this is a serious part of the system. It's not just there to add bass. It's a big part of what makes this feel like a full home cinema setup. In practice, that means the bass feels powerful but also controlled. It hits hard when it needs to, but does not feel loose or overwhelming. Now guys, setup is also much easier than a system this powerful has any right to be. Plug in the main bar, plug in a subwoofer, get detachable speakers where you want them, open a JBL One app and run the calibration. That's the one thing I've always liked with JBL soundbars. The end result feels big and premium, but the setup itself doesn't feel stressful at all. And the collaboration matters, guys, because every room is different. My lounge room here on the Gold Coast isn't some perfect studio demo room. It's a real living space. So being able to tune the JBL Bar 1300 to the room makes a real difference. One thing to note is this Australian JBL Bar 1300 MK2 is not the same as the US version. The US model uses a single 12-inch driver in a ported box, while the Australian version uses dual 8-inch drivers in a sealed force cancelling design. This actually gives the tighter, punchier bass and reduces cabinet vibration. Anyway guys, let's go and play some movies now so you guys can actually see how it works. It really is fantastic. So surprisingly enough, having such a loud sound system in a small bedroom actually works very well. The reason being is behind your head there with the speakers and at the front there, you really are immersed in the sound. So we're going to show you some footage now of how that actually works. There you go. When I put something like Top Gun Maverick, I wanted to feel the speed and size of it, which you can actually hear flying over you. When I put on Dune, you could hear that low end pressure, that eerie desert atmosphere, those huge soundscapes, and that buzzing sound. The other thing that really stood out is dialogue clarity. JBL's Pure Voice feature helps keep voices clear and easy to follow, even when everything else is going on around it. And also, that's where the JBL 1300 really impressed me. It's not just louder than the Bar 1000, it feels bigger, more effortless, and more cinematic. More like the whole room has disappeared. The other thing I love too, guys, is you can actually detach your soundbar. So you can add this on the end if you want. So you can have a bigger soundbar at the front, or you can have your independent ones too, which is great. You can also use the controls here, use the app, or use a remote control. If you care about dialogue in movies and TV, Pure Voice makes a real difference. Voices stay crisp and don't get lost in the background. That stuff really matters because great home sound isn't just about explosions, it's about the little things. And a few people said to me with the Bar 1000, there wasn't good at capturing necessary conversation. The JBL Bar 1300 does that very well as well. So the vocals itself comes through nicely. Bass again has great weight to it. Now you can also use this for AirPlay, Google Cast, Spotify, Connect, Bluetooth, and a whole range of other streaming services. So it's not one of those systems that only wakes up when it's on. And there's another feature I still really like. When you're watching TV, you can actually use one or both detachable speakers on their own with Bluetooth. This is such a handy extra. So same speaker here, they give you a full home theatre surround sound system, also becomes a portable speaker elsewhere in the house. Now each speaker has around 10 hours of battery life, so I've got plenty in them. So you can see I've got them on my bookshelf speaker stands here as well, plugged in so they just stay charged permanently. Personally, like I said in the older JBL Bar 1000 review, I just keep things simple and charge them when needed, but it's nice knowing they last as well. The JBL One app as well is a really important part of the experience. Through the app, you can handle calibration, tweak settings, manage EQ, and make the system feel like it belongs to your room and your preferences. I always like adjusting the bass and rear channel speakers depending on whether I'm watching a big movie, listening to music, or trying not to shake the whole house too much late at night. And speaking of that, the night listening feature is actually really handy. Sometimes you don't want the whole room rattling, but you still want the detail and surround sound effect. Being able to rein in a bit without the whole thing falling apart is genuinely useful. One thing I love about the sound system as well is there's two ways you can use it. You can use it through the remote control. You can use through on the top there of the actual JBL Bar 1300. You can also use it through the app here as well. I've got the app in front of me. As you can see, it gives you the ability to change the audio signals, use it as a remote control, the app. You can change the, as you can see on there, you can put on Dolby Atmos, take it off, change the equalizer settings, change the volume of the detachable speakers. You know, all these different things in here. You can also do detachable speakers, wireless TV, do Wi-Fi streaming. So it has it all here in the app. It's very, very useful to be able to use and complements it perfectly. So guys, who do I think this is actually for? Well, if you want a bit better than TV speakers, these guys are really overkill. But if you love movies, love big cinematic sound, want proper surround sound without running cables all over the room, and want something genuinely to turn your lounge room into a wireless home theater, then this makes a lot of sense. Especially if you love the JBL Bar 1000, but wanted more of everything. Also, playing sound, music is absolutely fantastic as well. Because this is what this really feels like to me compared to JBL Bar 1000. More power, more scale, more immersion, and more theater. More wow factor. And as you can see, I'm gonna play some more clips just now and come back to you. So there you go, guys. It's fantastic, isn't it? The JBL Bar 1300 is not subtle, is it? It's not trying to be a quiet little upgrade over your TV. It's trying to completely change how your room sounds. And in my opinion, it absolutely does that. And just to be clear, this is the Australian version. If in the US, check your local model before buying, as a subwoofer design is different. So until you get a proper surround sound, until you hear the depth of sound, the detail in the 3D, you really don't understand what it means to do it. So fantastic speakers, absolutely love them. Suggest you get them. Check out a JBL Bar 1000 review, and we'll also do a comparison between them in the future. And make sure you click links below if you wish to purchase this, and make sure if you want to get more updates as well, hit like, subscribe, click notification button. Anything you do helps support the channel. Anyway, enjoy some more surround sound. It's Andy here at Mr. Yoo-Hoo.
Setting time to target, 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
2:15, that's impossible.
Final attack point. Mavericks inbound.